Okay, I guess I am now live and yeah, I'm only doing this live because I can't save on my hard drive because I have to clean it up and free up some space. And the last time I did this live, um, when I looked at it as it was broadcasting, it looked okay, but then after I stopped it and YouTube did its processing thing and saved it into my videos, there were some like choppy bits and kind of pixelated bits. Um, but uh, if I do it um, locally and save it and upload it, I don't get any of those weird bits. But I'm doing a slightly different method than I did the last time. So I guess I'll see. And you know, I was watching I was sorry, I'm looking at my TV because I'm gonna quit my game and put um YouTube up on there so I can see how it's doing on a entirely different thing. Because if I just open up another tab, it might, slow this down or something because yeah, I don't have the newest stuff. I just get what I can find. And I found this computer in the trash. So that's why I'm using it. And it's better than my older one. Um, but I usually have YouTube running in the background, just listening to people talking about stuff. And the longer a video is, the the more likely I am to select it to listen to because I don't want to have to keep deciding like every 10 minutes what is the next thing I want to listen to. I just want to have something going, whether if it's music. I have different software that has all my music in it, but usually it's something on YouTube that I don't have to look at, to I can just listen to because it's just like a live stream or previous live stream or something. But and a lot of times people are talking about race stuff. And yeah, I'm looking at this right now and the quality doesn't look very good. That's a pity. Oh well. Anyway, I've got like I don't even know how many years ago I bought this webcam. It's so old. Um but it's hard to it it it's hard to find uh something to listen to, like people doing commentary on stuff or whatever. It's hard to find stuff nowadays where someone isn't getting outraged about racism or sexism or something. And it's like, y'all done been shouting that too much. I don't care. I don't believe you anymore. You say someone's racist, they're probably not, is my opinion. You say it so many times and you accuse so many people for the most pathetic reasons. It's just like, well, if you say they're racist, then there's a good chance, a high chance that they are actually not racist, is the point it's at right now. Because I've had this done to me too. And cuz I was in some group, some Facebook group where they were talking about it was supposed to be just like for shits and giggles, let's make fun of really badly done or poorly executed um nail art and manicures. It's like, oh, well, that sounds like something fun to just laugh at for, fun. And because you can go on YouTube and there's lots of videos that are like fails of things, like parkour fails or skateboard fails, or like the top 10 worst tattoos, or the top 10 plastic surgery gone wrong, or lots of fail and gone wrong or poorly done stuff. You can lots of people watch that on YouTube. So in that spirit, I joined the group, and somebody has to come in and of course, and make a post that's gonna kick the SJW bucket and cause a shitstorm. And so somebody posted a picture that they got from somewhere, and we don't know where this picture came from. We don't know whose nails they are, but they are not somebody in the group. It's just somewhere out there in the ether of the internet, somewhere. We don't even know what country this person is living in. And they had like a really badly executed Confederate flag on one fingernail. And the person's like, they managed to combine racism and bad nail art. And it's like, oh God, here comes the SJW crap, is what I'm thinking. And of course, everybody starts jumping in. Racist, 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 racist. And there were probably a few people in there who were just like, I'm sick of hearing this racist shit anymore. I'm just gonna poke these people. Poke the bear, poke the bear. And so there were a couple of people like that, and they probably weren't actually racist. They probably just wanted to like irritate these types of people that like to jump on these bandwagons. And so a few people got like booted out of the group really quickly. And I just posted what I thought was a fairly innocuous comment of, well, this person's nails are a person that is not in this group. They are never going to see what you are saying to their nails about racism. They're never going to know. So I don't understand why you're getting so outraged about this, because this isn't something anybody in here did. And someone responded with like, well, we're just having fun trying to reveal the secret racists in the group. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. If you find it fun, whatever. And then I got up from the computer and I went and washed my hair, and then I called my mom for Mother's Day. And after I got off the phone with my mom, I came back to the computer and I was out of the group. And so I'm assuming that somebody probably made some reply comment to my comment, and because I wasn't even there at the computer to vehemently deny racism and actively condemn it, that they booted me from the group, I guess. And that group it was just, a for shits and giggles group to me. So I didn't even bother to contact the admin to ask why or say anything. It's like, because that's like, if that's the kind of people that are in a let's criticize nail art group that are just gonna like jump on the SJW bandwagon so quickly and easily about somebody that will never even know what they're saying. It's like I don't even need to be there. And then they wonder why there's so many racist people around. Well, there's not. It's just that you're changing the definition of racism. You're saying you're now changing the definition to, by default, everybody is racist. And there isn't anything anybody can do about it except be sorry about it, is basically their position, I guess. So it's like, no wonder so many people are slowly inching more and more to the right. You can actually, like, if you took an actual racist, an actual neo-Nazi, and said, I would like to have a conversation with you about your beliefs, and sat across from them, and as long as you didn't do anything accusatory or speak in any angry way, they would be willing to explain and talk and discuss their beliefs with you. And they would be able to recognize that you do not agree with their beliefs, and they will not attack you to no end just by name calling and stuff that has no meaning. They will be a lot less likely to react in such an unforgiving, I hear nothing of what you're saying because you are bad. They because I've seen people on YouTube, people who are like, in the center kind of area, and white people, black people, people from England, people from the United States, people from Australia, who will get on a live stream with the only name I can think of, because I don't really pay a whole lot of attention, is this Richard Spencer guy. And I don't know exactly that much about him. All I know is the lefties are calling him a Nazi, and saying it's okay to punch him. And that's pretty much what I know. And it's like, well, and because, as I said in the beginning, a lot of times I just have something running in the background to listen to. I'm only kind of like half listening and then paying attention to the game I'm playing. But I've, even though I haven't heard, even though all the details of the conversations haven't been retained in my memory, the overall tone of the discussion has been quite calm and reasonable. And so this is with, like, say, one black YouTuber that I follow, that I subscribe to, a black woman, was I don't know if it was Richard Spencer or if it was some other guy who's like similar to Richard Spencer. I don't remember which guy it was, but she was talking to some white guy who was more like on the far right or the alt-right or whatever. And I don't remember what all they talked about, but I remember the tone of the conversation was they weren't getting hostile, they weren't getting overheated. It was just like a conversation going on in the background while I was playing my game. But the people on the far left, all they'll do is like fling shit at people. They won't engage in dialogues, they won't engage in debates, they won't engage in discussions. And if they get on something, I need to learn to sit up straight and not slouch. I'm a sloucher. A lot of times when a person who's like kind of in the center has tried to engage in dialogue with somebody who's more farther to the left, I even if I'm not like listening to the actual details of the conversation, I'm hearing a lot more like louder voices. I'm hearing a lot more angry tones. And then I'll look and I'll start to pay attention, and it's like the left guy is like, "But you're a Nazi, you're a racist, you're literally Hitler." And the guy who the leftist is claiming is alt-right is like, "The alt-right hates me. I agree with many of the things that you agree with. I just disagree on these particular points." And the person on the left is like, "I don't care, you're a Nazi." And that's, you know, you aren't gonna get a lot of people willing to be on your side if you're pretty much like, you have to think exactly like I think, or you're bad. Because nobody does that. Nobody thinks exactly like other people. And when you act like that, all you're doing is forcing the other person to either go away or self-censor, so that you're only seeing the sanitized version of them. And I heard someone else use that phrase, sanitized version. You're only seeing the sanitized version of someone because they are self-censoring, because they know what will trigger you. And it's not that they care about your feelings. They don't care about your feelings. It's that it's not worth the trouble. It's like you are too much of a bother for them to deal with. So they just avoid the topics that will set you off. That's all it is. But is that what you want? Is you want to only see sanitized versions of people and not actually know what type of people they are? You know, I'd rather have somebody be rude to my face and know what that's what they think, than somebody who's nice in front of my face and then turns around and talks about me behind my back. I don't want that. That is not the preferable option to me. And gosh, who was it? I think it was a guy named Tim Pool, I think, has a YouTube channel, and he said when he was over in the UK, somebody from the UK said to him, and maybe it was about Richard Spencer. I'll just say it. I don't know for sure if my memory is correct, but he said, "Well, that person has never said anything racist." And so Tim Pool is like, "Well, Yes, they have. I've seen the evidence. And let me show it to you. And so he got on Google and he tried to bring up the evidence, and it wasn't there. But he saw a message that said that was something along the lines of some things have been omitted from these search results because reasons. And so he was the one. So he said sanitize. He was like, oh my God, these people don't know what people are actually saying. They are only seeing sanitized versions of people. So only the politically correct things about people are being reported on. So what happens is they say, oh, well, that guy thinks this and that guy thinks that. Well, I agree with those things. That guy must be a really good guy. But over in the areas where that person isn't being sanitized, and all the information about that person is available. They say, well, although he may be have a point on this issue, he's still a white nationalist and wants segregation and this, that, and the other thing, and has said racial slurs and done things bad. So I don't want to support this person. Even though there may be one or two points that we do agree on, he's done some other things that are so bad that I don't want to support him at all. But in other places where he's sanitized, they're like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll support him. He sounds like he's for a lot of great things. And is that what you want? Left? You want people to hide what they're thinking? You want people to gather in secret and talk about you behind your backs and maybe plot to do things? Is that what you want? Or would it be preferable to know what type of person someone was up front? Because I would rather know what kind of person someone was up front than to always have a lingering doubt in my mind of, because I'm in Japan, and the Japanese culture is to present a different version of a sanitized version of yourself out in public. So the people you meet in Japan, that's just the sanitized image of them that they have created, because image is really important. So you have no way of knowing what they really think about you as a foreigner, or you as a person liking this kind of fashion or this kind of music. You have no way of knowing what their real opinions are, because they have sanitized themselves into a socially correct image of an individual. And so I personally don't really trust Japanese people that much. And because of this sanitization, it's like if I meet a Japanese person, they're like, and they say like, oh, hey, you're cool, let's exchange email addresses and hang out sometime. What I'm thinking is, yeah, right, that's never going to happen. You're never going to contact me. I know it, because that's what you guys always do. You always pretend to be friendly and want to hang out, and then you never ever do it. So it's like, why would you want that? I mean, if someone doesn't want to hang out with you, then, just don't fake like you do. Because people will fall for it at first. But once you've been duped so many times by this fake friendliness, you just look at everyone with doubt. And that's what you're either making people hate you more and go farther right, or you're making people censor themselves because they don't want to have to deal with your screeching. That's all it is. And the only people who are doing the screeching are the ones who I don't know who brainwashed the first person, but something happened and a bunch of y'all guys got like severely brainwashed. And you expect, you demand that the rest of society live by what you say. And yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. So anyway, I think I had something else that was on my mind, but I can't remember now. But anyway, so I'll just end with hashtag blocked by Steve.